saying is that His Excellency Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma, in spite of dissolving the expanded ESCO, his cabinet, and who is also in the process of forming a new cabinet and getting the governance of the state going, he has given an exceptional status to the Ministry of Digital Economy and E-Government. So he has asked us to continue with our programs, our activities, and also all the new initiatives that we want to roll out for this year, that we shouldn't allow anything to deter us. We should continue with all that we are set out to achieve. So I think His Excellency has shown greater love for the youth of Imo and for the Skill Up Imo program. You can see how quiet things are in the States, but our ministry is still up and running. And I want to use this opportunity and invite you in joining me to thank His Excellency for giving us such an exceptional status. And this goes to show how important and how much premium he places on the ministry and how much he expects for us to achieve this year. I also went ahead to say that in all his speeches, in his budget presentation speech to the State House of Assembly, and also his inaugural speech, the Ministry of Digital Economy and E-Government Imo State, occupied vintage positions in those speeches rather. He made mention of us and he made mention of creating a digital village in 2024. And I can tell you, we are already working seriously towards achieving that. So very soon, Imo will have the first digital village east of the Niger. And that digital village is already attracting the attention of some federal agencies like the ITF, the International Training Fund, and they are ready and willing to partner with us. Other tech companies are also ready and willing to invest in the digital village. So very soon, I think before the end of first quarter, a new digital village will be built in Imo State, and that will house a lot of tech companies, Google, Microsoft, Cisco, Huawei, all the big tech companies, Meta, Facebook, all of them, they will be making a landing stop in Imo State shortly. And this is because we are creating an enabling environment. How does that concern you? It concerns you because employment will be very much available for all the graduates of Skill of Imo. These companies, as they are coming to Imo State, they are looking for tech skills to hire, tech talents to hire. So that means there is a whole lot that will be happening this year within the Imo State digital space. So let us give kudos to our governor for being a great visionary and for also enlarging some of the ideas we make available to him and also providing all it needed to make sure that those ideas come to fruition. So it is a very good year, a promising year for the digital ecosystem in Imo State, which includes you as a tech enthusiast and someone who wants to acquire digital skills through the skill of Imo. So these are some of the things I said. And then going straight to our key focus, which is cohort 3. And I went further to mention that we have been studying on how best to implement cohort 3 in order not to lose the quality of our programs, in order also to ensure that actual impartation of knowledge takes place without any interruption due to some logistic or administrative issues. And we looked at the number we have admitted, which is 40,000 people for cohort 3. And we look at the size of the facilities that we have across the state to support the training of these 40,000 people in a manner that are preset towards achieving the desired quality and making sure that by the time you pass through the program and you graduate, you are given your requisite tool to go and hone your skills and apply your trade anywhere in the world. We want a situation whereby from day one, you are already contributing to the digital economy ecosystem of Imo State. You're already creating wealth using your skills and tools that government will give to you. And we don't want to train people in a shabby way that when they pass out as cohort 3 graduates, they won't be able, and they say that they are web designers, they won't be able to build a website. And you say that you're a data analyst and you won't be able to use Excel to create little analytical information that can be interpreted by a company that wants to make decision using data. So there are certain things that we want to put in place and ensure that it does not in any way affect the quality or the delivery of our graduates. And by doing so, we have resolved that cohort 2 cohort 3 will be run into, we are going to run cohort 3 in two batches. So there will be cohort 3A and cohort 3B. Cohort 3A will consist of 20,000 people that are registered in the courses that we have outlined for cohort 3A. Whereas cohort 3B will also consist of 20,000 learners that will that have registered in the courses we have outlined for cohort 3B. So in essence, all the courses are not going to start at the same time. We are going to train the people who registered in the courses mapped for cohort 3A, and they will take their exam, graduate. Immediately we start cohort 3B for the courses registered, and people admitted in those courses will be graduated to at the same time, at different times. This is how His Excellency wants it to be done. Because the state resources cannot train the entire 40,000 at the same time and also graduate them at the same time, because a lot of tools will be bought, and that is high capital demanding. So again, the facilities that we have on ground, the classroom, the learning centers, the facilities that supports are available in the learning center that will support the quality of knowledge we want to impact. They cannot take 40,000 learners at the same time. So we will have two learning communities built in one. The first learning community will be cohort 3A, and the second learning community will be cohort 3B. And how we have determined this is the courses that will be trained in cohort 3A is different from the courses that will be trained in cohort 3B. So those courses are already outlined. I'm going to mention them now. So if you have been admitted in any of the courses that have been mapped for cohort 3A, you people are the ones that will be starting very soon. And I will announce the date when you are going to be starting before the end of this session. But for now, kindly listen carefully and note the courses I'm mentioning that will be trained in cohort 3A. I have given reasons why we cannot take 40,000 people to train them at the same time. And I have explained the reasoning behind that in two ways. One is the issue of paucity of funds. The second is issue of inadequate facility that will support us taking that number 40,000 in one sweep. So I don't want you, when you did not hear your own course in cohort 3A, you will start getting agitated and start being afraid and start disturbing yourself. There is no need for that. Once your course is not mentioned under cohort 3A, know that immediately after cohort 3A is graduated, you are the next to be trained, which is also another set of 20,000 that will be trained in cohort 3B. Please do not get yourself worked up if your course is not mentioned under cohort 3A. If your course is not mentioned under cohort 3A, and if you are admitted in a course that is not mentioned under cohort 3A, that does not mean that you are not admitted. You are admitted. You are only going to, your own training will start, under cohort 3B. We have shared it into two learning communities of 20,000 each that will make up the 40,000 that we want. Please, I hope you have understood me clearly, and I don't want you to start getting agitated and start disturbing yourself in any way. The 40,000 will be trained in batches of A and B, 20,000 each. And how we determine this 20,000, we mapped out some courses that gave us 20,000 enrollees or admitted students. And then we mapped out another set of courses that gave us another 20,000 admitted students. So they will run in batches of A and B. I am trying to explain this as much as I could in different ways so that we understand it and we will know that there is no need to get agitated because you are part of cohort 3, the 40,000 we have admitted, and you will be trained, equipped, and connected to job opportunity. So listen carefully as I'm going to mention the courses that are categorized under cohort 3 batch A. And these courses are as follow. So if you're a student who have been admitted in any of these courses, I will tell you before the end of this section when your classes will start. Number one, back-end development. This is an advanced course. Those who enrolled and registered for back-end development and were admitted, we have published the list of those who are admitted. So each person that is admitted, when you are coming to class, we already know you. We have your name, we have your name, we have your center, we have your admission number. So you cannot impersonate anybody. We already have a system to dictate, and we have mapped each person who has been admitted for each course. So back-end development, those who have been admitted for back-end development are in cohort 3A. Car tracking, those who have been admitted for car tracking are in cohort 3A. Also, CCTV engineering, if you have been admitted for this course, you are in cohort 3A. Computer appreciation, if you have been admitted for computer appreciation, you are in cohort 3A. Cyber security, if you have been admitted for cyber security, you are in cohort 3A. Data analytics, fiber network implementation and splicing, front-end development, intro to artificial intelligence, intro to blockchain technology, intro to fintech, intro to gamification and simulation, LAN networking, mobile app development, phone repairs, project management, repair of computer hardwares, UI and UX design. If you are admitted in any of these 18 courses I have mentioned, that means you are in cohort 3A. And I want to say that those in cohort 3A, going by our plan, which is awaiting final approval from His Excellency as I'm speaking, because as I yesterday we looked into the plan together, and he is to give the final approval before the end of today. By our plan, classes for those in cohort 3A will be starting on the 9th of February. 9th of February. Your timetable will be published before the end of next week. Before the end of next week. All your timetables will be published in according to your centers. And we are starting in 15 centers. We have 15 centers at the moment. All these 15 centers will be starting on the 9th of February. 9th of February. I hope this will answer a lot of questions you have been posting on my page and other channels. You have been asking a lot of questions. So get ready. A lot of adverts, a lot of sensitization will also follow this announcement. across all the channels to tell all those who have been admitted for cohort 3A, their classes will be commencing on the 9th of February 2024. 9th of February 2024. I will repeat those whose classes will be starting on the 9th again. One, those admitted in the following courses: back-end development, car tracking, CCTV engineering, computer appreciation, cyber security, data analytics, fiber network implementation and splicing, front-end development, intro to artificial intelligence, intro to blockchain technology, intro to fintech, intro to gamification and simulation, LAN networking, mobile app development, phone repairs, project management, repair of computer hardware, and UI stroke UX design. These courses will be starting, training on these courses will be starting on the 9th of February 2024 across the 15 centers, across the 15 learning centers for Skill Up Imo Cohort 3 program. And having said that, I will also mention that going by our plan, most of these courses will last between 6 to 8 weeks and then for 3 months. Those in advanced classes or taking advanced courses, their program will last for 3 months. But those who are taking intermediate courses and basic courses, their program will last between 4 to 6 weeks. So there will be a timetable that will be published that will show the start end, the time that exams will. Maybe I have to roll this out a little bit. Going by our plan, the beginners by the 15th of March, all their courses would have ended. For instance, intro to computer appreciation, computer appreciation, and some of the beginner courses that have been mentioned earlier, their courses will be ending by the 15th of March 2024. And in between that period, there will be texts and there will be class projects. Exams will be happening. Cisco certification exam will take place and Microsoft certification exam will take place. And about 2,500 of us, especially those in the advanced courses, will be prepared to take the NAPTIP exam, which is the trade test exam conducted by the federal government. The ITF, if what we are discussing with them goes through the way we want it, they will also be setting their own exam, for certification within this same period. So it's a very serious issue. If you have the mindset of coming for Skill Up Imo Cohort 3 only to come and get laptop or get any other startup kit, I will disappoint you so seriously, because by the time we start the program, you will find out that you are going to gain something much more valuable than the laptop you are aiming to get. The essence of the Skill Up Imo program is not to gain a laptop. Rather, is to acquire a skill that will help you to become self-reliant or employable in the fourth industrial revolution. This is why you are here. So less emphasis will be paid on laptop. Those who are doing courses, let me also say this from day one. For those of you who are listening now, everybody is not going to get a laptop. Laptop will be given for those who are doing courses that requires laptop. If you are doing CCTV engineering, or you are doing LAN networking, or you are doing phone repairs, those courses is not for laptop. For your information, you will be given a startup kit, equipment that is even more expensive than laptop, so that by the time you graduate, you will be able to set up your own startup and you'll be able to launch your own venture and provide such services within the digital village we are building. So the digital village is being built for all the people we are training and those we have trained in cohort 1 and 2. There will be spaces given to you almost free, so that you can set up small businesses called startups You will now be providing these services to the general public and those around you. If you are a web designer, people will come to the digital village and you design websites for them or maintain their websites. If you are a data analyst, companies will come to the digital village to hire your service to come and do their annual reporting for them and other data analytics services that are needed either by enterprise or by individual. So this is the essence. We want to make sure that your skill is able to create wealth. When you have your skill, if you transform it to job creation, not just getting a laptop and going back to your house. And some of you, regrettably, started selling their laptops in cohort 2. Those are shameful behaviors we will not allow to happen in cohort 3. So we have learned our lessons as we progress. So it's important you reset your mindset. Don't say that at the end of the training that you were expecting a laptop is not for all the courses. People who are doing programmable courses, high-end courses, yes, of course, they will get a laptop. But those who are also doing other courses that requires hand skill, that requires some engineering techniques that you need to deploy to provide services. Will equip you with the relevant tools. If you are a CCTV installer, or you read CCTV engineering, and you want to be installing CCTV, you want to know how to install CCTV for people, or you want to learn how to install maybe install a repair phones for people. You don't need a laptop in that. What you need is the relevant tool, the equipment, and these equipment are even more expensive than a piece of laptop that are given to the other people. So I am making this clear so at the very beginning so that we understand what the trajectory of this journey requires of us and what it promises us at the end of the program. So it's important we note these dates. Like I said, we are starting on the 9th of February 2024. The timetable will be published across all the channels so that we have a full program. Each center will have its own timetable. And remember, attendance is very mandatory. You cannot register or gain admission and stay at home. This is what we saw happened in cohort 2. And stay at home. Immediately you heard that graduation has happened and laptop is being given. You now started coming out, telling all manner of lies, giving all manner of excuses. You were sick, you traveled and all of that. So that we will show sympathy and then take laptop that is not deserving of you but meant for another person who has gone through the class and training and give it to you on a compassionate ground. This is not it's not in our character to do that. And I want to also mention it for us in cohort 3. Do not expect that from me because this will be a reward for those who have really worked for it and who are willing and committed to the training. So it's important that we reset our mindset and recalibrate our expectations and know that we are in a serious business. Now your cohort is lucky that government is going to establish a digital village. You no longer need to start looking for work once you finish this training. All you need is a space in the digital village. You will now begin to commercialize your skill and earn revenue in hard currencies for yourself and for your family. This is one thing the Imo State government has promised. Digital Village wasn't there when we graduated the first 5,000 in cohort 1. It wasn't there when we graduated 15,000 in cohort 2. But cohort 3, you are now having a digital village that has guaranteed immediate employment and immediate opportunity for you to become an employer of labor. So as you graduate, you move into the digital village and you begin to provide services. And that's why we're not going to play with the quality of training and with the commitment of our students in cohort 3 to make sure they attend classes, they learn the skills on their own, and in such a way that they will be able to hone those skills, attract revenue, create wealth, in create value that will bring wealth to them and to the state at large. So for those in cohort 3B, I want to also mention the courses that we have mapped for cohort 3B. I want to make it clear again that your course is not mentioned in cohort 3A, does not give you the room to start being agitated. There is no need to panic or to fear or for anything. It is just an administrative process in such a way that we can organize the program to deliver the right quality and value at the end of it. So those courses that are marked for cohort 3B, which is starting immediately after the examination of those in cohort 3A, include as follows. One, content development. If you have been admitted in Skill Up Imo cohort 3 to study content development, you are going to be starting on a later date, not on the 9th of February 2024. Digital marketing. If you are admitted to study digital marketing, if you are admitted to study graphics design, if you are admitted to study intro to programming, if you are admitted to study video editing, these 5 courses are those we have mapped out for cohort 3B. The reasons for partitioning the cohort into A and B, I think I have given it earlier on, and I want to believe we all understand why we are doing this. The state doesn't have the resources to train these 40,000 in one stream. The state also does not have the relevant facilities that will support qualitative training for these 40,000 in one stream. So that's why once we finish the exam for the first 20,000, which is cohort 3A, and they move aside, we start the training for cohort 3B for these courses that I have mentioned earlier. And I also want to state there are some of you whose name did not appear in the published list of admission. And we ask you to put up a complaint in that regard so that we look into it, because some of you, as we noticed, did use a very wrong email address, and some of you wrote the exam twice, so the system dictated that and rejected. And some of you, I'm not even going to talk about those who have done cohort 1 and cohort 2, and they still want to come back and do cohort 3. We did our best to fish them out, so they are not part of the people I am expressing these concerns for. I'm expressing this concern for those who genuinely, they have not done cohort 1, they have not done cohort 2, but they took the exam, went through the process, but somehow their names did not appear in the admission list. We have asked you to write. We have a lot of complaints already which are being reviewed. Once decision will be taken, if your course is in cohort 3, cohort 3B, we will all group you under cohort 3B. I hope this is so you don't need to bother so much, because we are going to look into all the issues and make sure that those who merit the admission are given the admission. And the batch that we have batched it A and B, all the 40,000 people admitted will be included either in batch A or batch B. So there is no need for you to be agitated. Please keep working with us, and we keep praying that very soon the facilities in the state will be enlarged enough to accommodate even 100,000 people at the same time. It is the will of His Excellency, and it is the will of the government of Imo State to make sure that before 2026, 300,000 Imo youths have been trained through this program in one digital skills or the other. This is good for the development of the Imo State digital economy, and also good for reduction of high youth unemployment in the state. It is also good to address the security challenges we are facing, because a lot of people, when they are idle, they give in to other things that are vices. So we want to stamp out some of these vices in our society using this program. Above all, we want to make you